Dude, I'll give you $100 and I'll take you out to Benihana's if you slide that 75-foot handrail. I'll give you 600 tries. I'll be back next week. Lit. Interesting. Now it's gonna get interesting.
Oh, you're good. How are you?
Now it's gonna get interesting, you bitches.
Yeah. How are you, dude? Thanks for coming.
Yeah, man.
Listen, we talked about the POW last time.
Dude, everybody loves the POW. Everybody loves the POW.
Bring back the POW.
Bring back the POW. POW.
And they're back.
Every week I get at least 2 or 3 people that tag me on some random post and say, how's this for POW? And I love it.
Oh, yeah, good.
Who? Am I having a stroke or am I smelling burnt toast?
Just had burnt toast, yeah.
Okay, good.
You just made a bagel.
You know, apparently if you...
Oh, that's a thing?
Yeah, that's a thing. Like if you're having some kind of brain malfunction or stroke, you have the sensation of smelling what smells like burnt toast.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So whenever I smell burnt toast, I go, am I having a stroke or did somebody leave the bread in the toaster for too fucking long?
Right.
And it's usually one of my kids that puts bread in the toaster and then goes back to Nickelodeon and forgets the fucking toast. And I'm like, oh fuck, it's my time. Dude, you're getting gray. Does anybody, you don't have any gray?
I'm working on it.
Yeah. Man, once you go gray, I like it.
I'm embracing it, that's for sure.
I like it.
There's no going back.
No.
My barber asked me if I wanted him to dye my beard.
Wow.
And I was like, I'm cool, man. I was like, is it that bad?
That's like the normal thing now. Like everyone's trying to make sure we kind of live this up here.
I like Dron's going with it too, right there.
Right, yeah, man.
Salt and pepper.
You know what? Some days I'm like, I'm gonna dye it, but then I just, just leave it. It is what it is. It's nature.
Every week, like to the point where, or every other week, to the point where it's just like, wait, what happened? What did he do?
Yeah.
Okay, he died this damn fucking,
Yeah, for sure.
Once you show the gray, you can't dye it because then people are like, wait, didn't you have a gray beard a week ago, bitch? You know what I mean? You can't. You're not fooling anybody. We know you went to CVS and got some Just for Men beard dye. You're not fooling anybody.
So true.
Are you making a coffee, Uncle Chris?
I'm trying to, yeah. Isn't that cool?
You want one?
You want one?
Yeah.
Kelly, yeah. Approach here.
No, I can do it, man.
We got the little Nespresso little pods.
Wait, that's you doing a switch flip manual at the big Santa Monica amphitheater.
This is and it's animated because Lance Mountain drew a flip book. So he drew the flip book.
How many times did that take you to land that, honestly? 75 times.
Probably more. I went down multiple
That's the
days.
hardest thing you've ever done on a skateboard.
No, but it just became a joke on the show.
How is that not the hardest thing you've ever done on a skateboard?
Come on, Jason, man.
That's a switch flip, long ass switch manual up a big fucking thing. That's a 9 out of 10 difficulty.
Okay,
There's
I'll
arguably
take that,
things that he's done that are actually harder than that, which is nuts.
Yeah. What did you do there?
I did something else. I did.
I know what you did there.
Yeah.
I know what you did there.
Fakey.
You did a fakey fucking tray bomb, fakey manual on that thing. Yeah. That's gnarly.
Thank you. But I would say, like, for Chris,
I saw that.
Thank you.
My brain went, why? This guy needs to be imprisoned, incarcerated for life for doing that. Why?
Well, I don't want to go to prison, but
I mean, that's mind-boggling to imagine it's this high. It's this high, or even higher.
It's weird when me and Chris would skate the spot. We're in like our zone. We were trained to skate that spot.
How
like,
do you get there every weekend?
Yeah, like it was different. Like
that's insane, Chris.
Like he did tricks that like still other than that we kind of talk about every now and then that like still no one's done, especially even there.
This
but, like,
just kind of we would keep talking about it and talking about it on the show. Like just because we bring it up, we were starting with our friend. It just became a joke. So Mark Johnson ended up bringing the iPad with it on loop. It just kind of took a life of its own.
Yeah,
that's what happened.
Talking about
what did you do there that would have been more difficult than that?
Everybody always says this. I did a switch Manny, switch front 360, shove it out.
Wow.
And the way you did
hold
that
on a second.
snapped the hell out of it.
Switch Manny.
So you're regular, so that switch is goofy for you.
Yes.
So you You did a switch manual and then what?
Switch front 360, shove it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's harder.
But
A switch flip
It's a-
manual?
But people always say like, "Oh, that trick is."
Because
Whatever.
some tricks you just see like, oh, that trick, because no one ever does that trick. Switch 360 shove.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
think
true.
I've ever really seen. Someone's probably done it, but
You
like,
know, it's- I don't
Wow.
know how
'Cause the board
Chris,
always
if this was
flips.
just a
Yeah.
surprise
It's
for
like,
you, but
it's hard to keep it straight.
half cab here for my stereo part, half
Yeah.
cab heel flip manual.
Yeah.
I was trying it over and over again at EMB, and all the guys were there, and I was super nervous. And I was like, "Fuck, don't blow it!" Like
Yeah, you
just
did do
and half cab heel was my trick, heel flip. And so I'm doing it. I'm manualing, and I started to turn like unknowingly, like my body was
that's
shifting.
right. And then you came off backside.
Back
My
180.
momentum kept going, so I did 180 out, you know,
Right.
back, and
Yeah,
it
that
was
was
just like
steezy.
a fluke, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
I'll take it.
Take it.
For
I
sure.
was just like,
No,
yes.
that's tough.
Wait,
take
which
it.
part of EMB though?
The
The ledge,
main
the main ledge
Okay.
thing there.
Half cab heel flip manual, 180 back to 180.
So switch flip manual across that's gnarly. I'm just gonna let that
Yeah,
be known.
Definitely.
it's a different type of. That's a skill of like to get a flip trick up on that thing and to land in switch manual. That means you have to pop it even higher because like if you like a switch flip nose manual, that means you can get it up in like I don't know how to explain.
Wait, that was
It's all-
nose or manual?
Miss manual.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes depends what the trick is. Sometimes if you land on the nose, it's easier. Like if I was to do, I would do pop shove it nose manuals all the time. If I did pop shove it manual, that means you have to get up higher and you have to land. You have to go further to land in your back truck.
Nose wheelie or fakie kind of always
My brain is on overload right now because I'm really trying to dissect this now.
'Cause, like,
So let's break it down. You guys probably have to be somewhere,
No,
but I'm
no,
on this
no,
roll
no,
now.
no.
Okay, so the fakie. Hold on. The switch flip up it. Okay, I'm trying to do the math here. I'm just trying to see what's more difficult. Your backwards manual is easier than a switch
I would.
It's so
than a switch
subjective,
manual.
though,
I'm just
No,
trying
I
to make
would
sense
Saying
of
the
this.
fakie tray flip
Yeah.
is easier.
No.
I
What I'm trying to figure out here is if I'm going backwards and doing a fakie manual, that's easier than doing a switch manual.
for
So-
you personally.
For
Yes.
Yeah, totally.
A
doing a backwards manual is going to be maybe more successful, have a higher success rate of landing just a backwards manual than doing a switch manual.
Yes, if you do
Right?
a fakie tray switch manual, you
That would
have to
be-
get up and over and then switch
yeah.
Very more difficult, I would say.
They're both hard. I
Yeah,
think
that's
Well,
insane.
technically,
at
switch
that.
manual is easier on a lower manual pad, but on that manual pad, when I was doing that, I would try it a couple times. It didn't make sense, and I was like, oh, I looked at it differently. I was like, I have to pop way earlier. I have to snap as hard as I can, and you just got to get up and get into it.
Yeah.
It's a different style of trick.
I mean,
like-
we're obviously comparing apples to oranges. They're both phenomenal tricks.
Insane. I'm trying to make
Phenomenal.
sense of it.
But I'm
because
gonna just say Kelly's trick is fucking fucked.
it is. It makes me
So-
want to punch him in the face.
Can we bring it up, Raj? I want to see it now.
What I would say
Rob's
is
right there.
your getting up it is more difficult.
Yeah, getting up it on that trick
But
is
your
harder.
riding it is maybe a little easier than the switch manual
Yeah.
part of his.
Yeah, just because
That's what I'm trying to figure out here.
It's totally different, two different tricks. Like obviously,
Yeah.
and it's easier for
So
him to
you
switch. with
share
the-
difficulty, but maybe in
Yeah.
different parts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you not?
The only
Okay,
thing
maybe I
I would
don't
say
know.
is like that it's so fucking high.
Both of them make
That whatever
both
you
of
do
them
on there
anger me.
is gnarly.
Let's eliminate the flipping, and you do a switch manual versus a fakie ollie fakie manual.
Oh, fakie ollie's harder.
Fakie ollie's harder.
Is
Yeah.
fake is harder.
What I'm trying to figure out though is once you're up there, what's harder? The backwards manual or the switch manual?
Well, for
once you're
me-
just up there.
Yeah, that's just
The
based on,
rolling
like, how
part.
comfortable you feel.
I think we're
Yeah.
not to
Yeah, I
that point
get
where
it.
switch and fakie manual are the same thing.
Because you guys are total assholes. That's why.
But I will say, when I got onto it, you could watch it. Where like, it was the hardest thing for me. I tried for hours.
And your
I
leg
couldn't-
was sore.
I couldn't. I was in this bent position where I couldn't stand up from it. Not because I was sore.
Oh.
Because I was landing.
It's so high, you're landing already compact like a spring.
And I had
You have
like,
to stand
Yeah,
up
yeah,
before
yeah.
you
from
get
that.
on there.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
that's where it was hard. And one time I did it, and I couldn't.
They're both.
They're locked in. That was the one.
Dude, the beanie went over my eyes, and I'm just like, there's no fucking way I'm ever losing this manual. I'm like, there's no way. And then I landed it. I was like,
They're
I know that
those.
feeling.
Both of those tricks are ridiculous.
For sure.
That's the main. That's the takeaway is fuck you, because both of those tricks are seriously next level.
well, and also
You heard it here first, folks.
But the thing is like when Chris did it, it changed the game. Everyone was like, whoa, because I did mine way later. This is like 2003, and I did mine 2015, so it's 12 years later.
20
So when
years.
he did that, people were like, whoa, what the fuck? There's no way anyone could have done that. That's nuts. And then 12 years later, I did that, and I'm like, I was like, I don't even know how I fucking did that. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's the evolution of skating. Like, the tricks get harder and harder.
Just ollieing up that stage, like
Just-
having
yeah.
grown up skating in this area, like around that, like before this.
You
early
guys should be
90s,
stoked
just
on
going
those.
up, like just ollieing up that thing is
It's
a
insane.
task,
It's
yeah.
so insane.
No, hey, to be honest, that's like, if I ever had one, I mean, I'm so
Right, yeah.
It's like you had a dream trick as a child. You're like just dreaming that you would be a pro baseball player, a pro skateboarder. That was my moment.
Yeah, it's the evolution.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
evolution.
Half cab heel flip manual 180, I think is that trick for me.
Yeah, see, that's awesome, dude. Like, see, that's like.
There's another one that's not, for some reason, I don't think anybody was videoing. No, Dan Wolf has the footage. But a half cab heel flip a street gap. That one in San Francisco, it's kind of like
Downhill one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
yeah,
little
yeah.
small.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm
but,
talking about? It's kind of big, but it's just like downhill.
scary.
Yeah.
So just like rolling back downhill like that, like you know what I mean? It was like one of those things where I was like, I might die trying this, like just because downhill.
I was too much of a wuss. I never had I might die trying this. I just left that to Mark.
Yeah.
Because he was the guy that was like, I'm going to try to slide this giant handrail and maybe die. Have fun,
The
man.
board slide on that.
And I would just
double-
watch it.
Yeah,
I would just watch it.
A clip that
I never wanted to doubt him though.
Where's that
This
part?
is at Paul Rodriguez's part.
That was
Dang.
recently, right? Yeah, I saw that. That's so good.
What,
Sick.
dude?
So I'm still trying out there, bro.
Dude.
Damn, dude.
Hey,
Come
we
on,
should've-
that's inspiring.
You're still out riding for girl, yeah?
Yeah.
We
That
should have
is so inspiring.
We should have talked about it on the show, but like blind video days. I'm gonna slide that 75-foot handrail.
Yeah.
We're gonna do 600 tries.
I'll be
What
back next
what is
week.
that? What is that from? Like, what is it? What the fuck were you talking about?
I mean, listen, I've been honest about it. That was essentially me sort of like lightheartedly taking a little jab at Ternasky. You know, rest in peace.
Okay.
Beautiful human being. That was me kind of like trying to sort of wear Mark's skin a little bit and be maybe a little bit like goofy, smart-assy, and like,
Okay.
you know, let's just skate and have fun and not go out and train and bust our ass sliding giant handrails for video content.
Yeah.
Let's just go
Okay.
skate and have fun and
Okay.
not really, let's not have a coach there like egging you
Right.
on to try to get you to do the big trick that's going to blow everybody's minds when they finally see the video.
Gotcha.
That was new. There was
Light, you know, it was lighthearted enough, sort of poking fun at the concept of taking skateboarding too seriously.
Right.
And thinking of Ternasky, I think because we had sort of heard that like he was super rad in his mentor, with his mentorship of skaters. But I think maybe the idea of like somebody hanging out at spots and sort of, you know, cheerleading,
Yeah.
we maybe thought that concept was a little foreign and
Yeah.
kind of strange.
I get
and
it. Yeah, I
maybe
get it.
we were sort of resisting the idea of like skateboarding getting too serious.
Or being a
I get
sport.
you.
You know, and
Yeah.
being too sport-like,
Right.
you know,
like
and
coach mentality. type.
Somebody there, yeah.
yeah, but listen, Ternasky did phenomenal things for skateboarding.
Oh,
I'll say that
yeah,
absolutely on the
1,000%.
record.
Right.
I think just maybe a young me
Mm-hmm.
thinking that was maybe a little corny to
Yeah.
take it too seriously, you know, and so I was kind of lightly poking fun at the concept
It
of
makes
like
sense.
skateboarding having coaches.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know,
Makes sense.
certainly had I, you know, Mike's passing was devastating, and yeah.
You know what's mind blowing? Shackle Me Not. Have you guys seen Shackle Me Not?
Legendary.
That was one
Listen,
of those videos
I-
where, like
I-
everything went out the window. They covered every type of skateboarding.
It was
known to man,
monumentally
you know?
inspiring, but it was
Like, it was
also
a little all
intimidating.
over the place. Like, you know, Shackle-Me-Not, you know what I mean?
But it
Like,
had
but
time. That was the time
It-
for that video.
yeah,
for sure.
like Matt Hensley, obviously, but like that video was it
skate
killed it.
camps and just
Yeah.
all the time, just put together and morphed together. And
Ray
just, like,
Simmons,
it works.
that guy from
Yeah.
Ollie's over the massive stuff, and just the whole thing.
It was, you know, how I would
I
have
remember
been
we
maybe
had a
20
VHS
years
copy of
old.
that at Phoenix. There was like an
Yeah.
old, not the current Phoenix Am,
Mhm.
but remember there was an amateur contest in Phoenix. They used to have them often, kind of off once a year, something like that, but
Mhm.
not at that same Cowtown spot. But anyway, I remember that circulating around the hotel rooms, that VHS copy, and everybody
Yeah.
was watching it and like being like, "Oh my god!" Like it was
Yeah.
just unbelievable, you know. And the video is like an hour long or something like that,
Yeah.
and it just gets crazier and crazier. And then you have like a Ron Allen part or whatever. So
And
hats
then
off,
follow up with
hats
that
off to
Hocus
Shackle Me
Pocus-
Not.
Hocus Pocus, probably like a year after that. Maybe.
Yeah.
If not, like, yeah.
It's going fast.
Yeah.
It's
It
going
was
fast.
super fast.
They had a huge team for H Street, and it was kind of all over the map. Like they had like Eddie Elguera, right, to like young rippers to like it was a trip.
It was kind of shocking seeing that stuff. It was really seeing Matt Hensley and Pat Duffy and Sheffy. It was mind bending.
Yeah.
It was intimidating. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's funny that you had that in those early days because now you have coaches, managers,
Oh, yeah.
training facilities, chiropractors,
Yeah.
sports medicine people, Red Bull, Monster Energy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I in no way whatsoever did I ever question Ternasky's intentions. He wanted, appropriately so, to elevate what can human beings do on a skateboard.
Yeah.
That part of it, amazing. Like, if Pat Duffy is showing the talent that he has, let's try to push it and see how far this fearless guy can get. Well, apparently it's so far that he can do backside lip slides in the rain
Yeah.
down giant handrails.
Right.
So on that side of it, amazing that Ternasky saw the incredible talent and really pushed these
Nurtured
guys,
it,
Danny
yeah.
Way included.
Oh, yeah.
And that they were receptive to
They
it.
were receptive, and it was so beautifully positive ultimately for a big group of people. I think maybe the seriousness and the intensity, I think we had the idea that it was a little too intense, maybe,
Yeah, yeah.
and maybe insecurely we maybe were a little threatened by it, or maybe you get competitive when you're younger and you see these guys doing these amazing things.
Well,
So it's probably partly like, maybe being a little whiny,
For
and
sure.
being a little insecure,
Well,
and
I
not
mean-
wanting but genuinely not wanting to see skateboarding get too sporty.
The thing is,
And
what
ironically, now it's never been as sporty as
like,
it is
like
now.
the single locked in, like coaching, trying to push the limits. In some ways, it kind of can take away from the camaraderie, right? You know what I mean? Like it's like I'm an individual, I'm going to do this, but then it sort of takes away the spirit
that's
of this
right.
room and just like let's all
That
skate
was
together.
that was a
right,
part
you
of
know?
it
Right.
too. Like go out
I'm
with
not
your
gonna go to
friends
the
and
spot
skate.
alone and like light it up. I'm just gonna skate with you guys and whatever
Right.
comes to my mind. And I'm inspired because
Well,
Chris
I-
did a
yeah.
fakey cooker guy, and shove it out.
That's
or
a good
whatever,
point.
And
you
feeding
know?
off all that energy.
Feeding off that
Yeah.
energy, yeah.
And also
I
just
think
going
that's,
out
that's
having
what made
fun.
it kind of like strange. You're like, man, like singling out tricks and sessions, which was genius.
For sure.
But
Yeah,
I think
I-
ultimately we're all kind of grown up in that camaraderie thing, like Bones Brigade video show style.
For sure.
Shooting video days with Spike and Mark was like, as loosey goosey, fun, spontaneous, adventurous as you can probably get.
Right.
In contrast to the we're gonna go out and we're gonna focus and we're gonna film the gnarliest things ever done on a skateboard, and it's gonna change skateboarding. Which
was Plan B.
It's so rad, but maybe a little too intense.
Right.
And that was really if I can now at 53 years old, rationally give you a reason for my 20-year-old self saying that, it would be that skateboarding should be fun. That was
100%.
probably fundamentally where I would have been at brain-wise at that time.
Right.
Skateboarding, push it as Rodney did, as everybody tries to do, but don't forget to have fun and don't overdo
Right.
the seriousness.
Well, it's crazy how how influential both videos were with different mindsets.
With different mindsets.
yeah,
That's
yeah. This
right.
is the fun, and this is like let's push ourselves and do
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah,
and like. It's
I think a balance
Yeah, yeah.
is balance is healthy.
For sure.
Yeah.
A little a little like, hey, let's be disciplined. A little Rodney Mullen, a little Ternasky, like let's really go out and work because that's what we want to do.
Yeah.
We want to see how far we can go, but let's not forget to have fun.
Yeah.
Let's not forget to loosen up and be spontaneous.
Why we
and-
started this in the first place.
Yeah, let's go. Let's adapt to the environment and get creative with what we can do on skateboards in wherever we are, in environment wise.
Yeah.
A healthy balance. That's where skateboarding should live. I think. You know.
Sure.
Hey, well said.
Amen
Well
to
said,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. All right, fuck off.
We'll see you next week. Late.
Hey, that's another one. People don't know what.
Late.
People always go, "What did you say at the end?" I say late.
You don't even know. People don't know what you.
No, they're like, "What did you say?" Because I go
Late.
late. Late.